Ladies and gentle weebs, my fellow flames of amethyst, welcome back to another Wuthering Waves video. My name is the Amethyst Abrams, and this little guy sitting on my lap here is my cat Jules. Say hello, little buddy. Today we're going to be talking about Kuro games and Wuthering Waves, and more specifically the way they're currently handling their content and how I think it has a risk of hindering their money and hindering their popularity going forward. Now, before you guys in the comments go, but the game hasn't been out for that long, I'm aware. I'm just speaking my opinion and what I think they should do to improve the release of their content schedule and what I think they should do to handle their content going forward. Now, leave a comment down below if you agree or disagree with me, leave a like and subscribe on this video, and without further ado, let's get into this. So, number one, 1.3 is currently underway with the Shorekeeper being its main headline unit. We also have the Black Shores and other many events being given to us throughout the time of this patch. We're getting Encore's story event coming very soon, and we're also getting Yoo-Hoo, who is a featured 4-star, who is going to be on the rerun banner on Jian coming later this patch. We are getting reruns now. We are getting reruns. That is what's happening now. This early on in the life cycle, we're getting reruns. Now, I know the reason why we're probably getting these reruns, and one of the possible reasons we're getting reruns is because the PS5 release is set to release within the next few patches, and I think they don't want the PS5 players to be, to feel left out, to get a bit of FOMO, fear of losing out on the characters that have been and gone from release up until present day. It's a wise strategy. However, I do believe it is important to have 2 new premium 5-star units as well as a possible rerun unit as well. The reason for this is because I believe if you just have 1 new premium 5-star unit and 1 premium 4-star unit, and this 5-star unit and this 4-star unit are characters that people don't want, it's going to hinder your sales. Now, granted, 1.2 is a little bit of a sticky one because it's one of those ones where Gigi, not many people really wanted Gigi, but the character that people were interested in, Zhang Li Yao, was given to us for free. And when Zhang Li Yao was given us for free, or Genos Jr. as I call him from One Punch Man, he could do absurd things. He was a meta-breaking character given to us for free. That is the reason why the sales wasn't as high, and that is the reason why 1.2 also wasn't merely as profitable as the other patches as well for Kuro games. They gave us a premium unit for free, which is a very good thing. It keeps the current players and new players involved in the game. Is because it shows that Kuro games want to give us new stuff and want to give us free stuff and want to give us good stuff so then we can enjoy the game going forward. Now, 1.0 we had Jian and Yinlin. 1.1 we had Jinshi and Changli. 1.2 we had Gigi and we had Zhang Li Yao. And this patch we only have 1 premium 5-star, which is Shorekeeper, and Yoo-Hoo, who is the new 4-star. Now, what they should do going forward is give us 2 brand new premium 5-stars alongside in phase 2 the rerun bannered unit, because I do think that will boost sales and I do think that will be more profitable for Kuro games, and it gives the player base a choice. It doesn't make them feel forced to summon for the brand new unit. It gives them a choice for a brand new 5-star unit, and just in case people don't want the first headlining unit, they can go for the second headlining unit. The problem is with 1 5-star and 1 4-star is that they don't really have a choice. Now, if people want to go for Jian and get copies of Jian, or if they miss Jian, then that's great. But more often or not, we want brand new 5-star characters, not re-rolling ones unless it's alongside the new 5-star, a new 5-star unit, and then we have the option to also go for a rerun if we choose. Now in 1.4 we're getting Camellia, and we're also getting Lumi, who is also a 4-star, and if the formula continues on what's been going on, 1.4 is going to follow the same sort of guidelines, as it's going to have the headlining unit in the first phase and a rerun in the second phase. And if it's following the path of release from launch to present day, Yinlin or Jinshi is going to be the next rerun unit in 1.4. Now, I don't know if that's the case, but it could be the case if they're following this brand new formula that Kuro games for some reason have decided to do. Also, I discussed with a couple of CCs, one specific CC said that they think that Kuro games is lacking content and that it's getting a bit boring. Now, to a certain extent, yes, and I'm going to dive in to tell you guys why I think people are feeling this way. Not everyone's feeling this way. I am 50-50 on this. I can see why people are feeling this way, but I can see why people are not feeling this way. Now, if you remember, there is a game mode called Depths of Elusive Realm. Upon the release of Wuthering Waves, we had as endgame content confirmed We had the hologram bosses, which they are still adding to, with brand new hologram bosses with each patch. We had Towers of Adversity, which is still being added onto this day with each passing patch. And we had Depths of Elusive Realm, which is like the roguelike game mode, which is really, really fun, which each patch they were updating and were adding more to. They had map changes. 1.2 specifically, they changed the map completely to this underwater swimming pool map. It was such a well recreated update and reverberation, I think that's how you say it. They basically redid Depths of Elusive Realm and added a lot of new things in 1.2's version of Depths of Elusive Realm. It was so goddamn fun. I did videos on it. You can go back and see how much fun I had. And I was expecting that to happen again for this patch. For 1.3, I was excited most about Depths of Elusive Realm, and someone said to me, "We're not getting Depths." And I was like, "What? Why not?" And they said, "Because we're getting a new game mode." And I thought, okay, a new game mode that might be similar to Depths, but not quite the same. No, we got the brand new multiplayer boss rush event, which isn't a bad event. It's fun. However, why on God's green earth are they making these past events, which were very, very popular among the community, temporary? Why is that the case? Why is that the case? We had Depths of Elusive Realm. By the way, I got cat hair on my bloody hand, that's why I'm shaking it. Why on earth were you having Depths of Elusive Realm, which was a very, very beloved event, be temporary when you could make it a permanent mode? And if you don't want to revamp it like you have been doing, just redo the rewards. If you didn't want to add anything or change anything in 1.3 for Depths of Elusive Realm because you weren't quite sure what you wanted to do, or you had plans for it in the future to make changes, then just redo the rewards. Renew the rewards that we had in 1.2's version and just keep it permanent through 1.3. It keeps people interested and it keeps people wanting to play the game mode. It's a very good game mode that should be permanent, not temporary. Again, the tower defense mode, which was a multiplayer mode that was introduced in 1.2. An amazing and fun multiplayer experience with your friends. I played it, a little bit of desync issues here and there, but overall, it was a good addition to the game. Again, just keep it the same, but redo the rewards. Renew the rewards. Renew the progression, which means you have to play it all again. Keep these permanent modes. These modes, if you have these as permanent modes, it means if you want to drip feed us content for the brand new events, which is what they've been doing, they release the brand new events week by week or every 10 days, 7 to 10 days. That's when they give us the next event. Now, it was announced we're getting 5 new events for this patch in 1.3, but they're giving us these new events in very, very small moderations. They're basically giving us breadcrumbs of new events. And some people are saying it's not fast enough. Some people are saying they've cleared the content, they've cleared the story, they've done the exploration, they've done the current events, and the first event was the multiplayer boss rush, and people have completed that. And now we've got the brand new sort of ziplining Spider-Man mode event currently in 1.3. Problem is, people have already completed that. And I don't like the fact that they're time locking these events. And what I mean by time locking, I mean, Jules, you're going to have to get down in a minute. You're molting everywhere and I don't like it. It's getting in my mouth, my nostrils. It's disgraceful, Jules. You need to stop this. The problem is, if they're time gating these events, it's making it boring. Because if I want to play Wuthering Waves for an hour, 2 hours, potentially 3 hours in a day, not saying that I do, but in case someone wants to, we're time gated these new events. We have to wait another 12 hours. What you could do is keep Depths of Elusive Realm and just renew the rewards. Keep the tower defense mode, the multiplayer tower defense mode, and renew the rewards. And that way, people, if they're waiting for this new installment, or if they're waiting for the time-gated events to sort of release the next part of the event, we can play Depths of Elusive Realm, or the tower defense mode, or other events that were very, very popular in previous updates, and we can replay them waiting for the new content. That way, it stops people just logging in, doing their dailies, going, well, I want to play this game, but I've done everything I need to do, but I'm a bit bored, and there's a lack of content. There's not a lack of content. There's not a lack of content. They're time gating these events, and they're drip feeding us these events at a very slow and very small, moderate amount. There's like 5 or 6 events, and they're giving these events to us every week or every 10 days, but the way they're dragging them out is that they're time locking it to every 12 hours they release the next part of the event. If you want to do that, you can do that. But can you please keep modes like Depths of Elusive Realm or the Tower Defense mode, game mode, permanent, and just renew the rewards. Just renew the progression. That way, we can still have a lot of fun on the game while we're waiting for the new stuff to release. Encore's new story event should be coming within the next week or 2 weeks. I'm going to be doing a voice acted video on that, as a lot of people enjoy my voice acting for these characters, and a lot of people enjoy my voice acting for these specific stories. My 1.3 story video speaks volumes about that. By the way, guys, thank you so much for the love on that video. I enjoyed making it. It was so much fun. It was emotional, and I'm going to continue to do that going forward. That's going to be my formula for story content. But Kuro Games needs to go back to the old formula of releasing two brand new 5 stars every patch, and if you want to also adding a new 4-star, you can do that as well. If you want to do a rerun, release 2 new 5 stars, or release 2 new 4 stars on the rerun banner, because otherwise the value is just, to me, the value is sort of whatever. Like if you've missed out on that character in the past and you want to go for them, fine, great. But the majority of players don't have that issue, and I think it's going to affect sales if there's a character. Luckily, Shorekeeper is a very popular character, and people wanted Shorekeeper. So hopefully, people have put money in the game. Now, I'm not saying whale for Shorekeeper, but what I'm saying is hopefully sales have increased for the game because of Shorekeeper, and sales are going to also stay elevated for the game because of Camellia. These 2 characters are very, very popular. Camellia arguably is more popular and more hyped than Shorekeeper. But then again, the sales might not be as high this month, is because no one had to put money in the game, or no one had to feel the need to whale in 1.2, because they gave us one of the biggest and most powerful headlining units for free, which is Zhang Liao. And they gave us Zhang Liao for free. That means people could save their pools all the way through 1.2, waiting for Shorekeeper, which means they most likely got their Shorekeeper, which means, again, not many people had to whale, or not many people had to grind or put in the money to get Shorekeeper, and not many people would have had to spend money on the game to get her, which means that don't be surprised if sales aren't as high as you hoped it would be. People that want this game to do financially well, Kuro Games aren't losing money. They're not going to lose money. The game's too good. This game is too good for them to lose money. However, if you want it to be in the top 5 again, I think it will be when Camellia releases. I don't think it will be when Shorekeeper releases. Now, I'm hoping it will be, but I don't think it will be. I think it will be when Camellia releases, because Camellia is going to be a hyped unit. And if people have spent their pools that they've saved or put money in for Shorekeeper, it means that people are going to have to grind or put money in the game for Camellia, which is 1.4. And again, we're going to probably get a rerun for 1.4. But I think the way they're releasing content isn't a bad thing, but stop taking old temporary game modes out of the game. Keep them permanent. Depths of Elusive Realm needs to be a permanent game mode. Have these multiplayer game modes permanent game modes. It entices people to also play more with their friends, which means more playtime for Kuro Games, for Wuthering Waves. It means people are more active players in Wuthering Waves. It means people are going to be also introducing their friends to Wuthering Waves, so they can entice them to play the game, so they can play together. Okay? Weekly bosses need to also be multiplayer. Please allow matchmaking for weekly bosses, because you can up the difficulty for weekly bosses, and it'll be quite a cool little thing for them to do. It will be a cool little thing for them to do, okay? Just to have multiplayer weekly bosses, you can enjoy the weekly grind together. But Kuro Games, make notes. Kuro Games needs to take notes. What's the most popular events we've had? Yeah, the Depths of Elusive Realm, by far the most popular game mode you've got. Make that permanent. And for whatever reason, if there's a patch that you don't want to update it yet, just keep Depths of Elusive Realm available to access, but just renew the rewards. That way, people can still enjoy the game, and specifically that game mode, without you guys having to put work into revamping the game mode yet. It means all you got to do is with a click of a button, the rewards have and the progression has been renewed. You can go back in Depths of Elusive Realm. It's exactly the same theme as it was last patch, but the rewards have been renewed. Therefore, you can go in and enjoy the game as you wish. Okay? That's what I would do. I would have the tower defense mode a permanent game mode. Again, renew the rewards. Easy fix. I would start releasing 2 premium 5 stars, again, per patch. I would have 1 male, 1 female, and 1 4-star. If that's asking a bit too much, then just have 2 brand new premium 5 stars. And then if you want to rerun now and then, do it every other patch. Every other patch, do a rerun. Alongside the 2 new 5 stars. Not substituting one for the other. Okay? If you're doing a rerun, have the rerun alongside Phase 2's brand new 5-star. That way it gives the people the options to either go for old units or go over the new unit. Okay? That's what I would do. Sorry for the rant, guys. I do apologize for the rant, but I do care about this game a great deal. And I think people saying that they're bored of it, and I've seen a few people say they're bored, or there's no content, or they're waiting for the new content, and they're getting bored waiting for it because they've done everything currently. Time gating events, there's nothing wrong with time gated events, but just make sure there's stuff for players to do while they're waiting for these events, i.e. renew the rewards for these previous game modes that you can easily make permanent. There's nothing stopping Kuro Games from making these game modes permanent. Just renew rewards. You don't have to update and revamp and give the game modes new themes. The tower defense mode, you don't need to completely overhaul the game mode to make it more interesting. Just renew the events, renew the rewards, so people can enjoy the events and still enjoy the rewards. Same for Depths of Elusive Realm. Hey buddy, how's it going? Hello. And it keeps people interested. And it keeps people engaged while they're waiting for your brand new events. Okay? That's what I would do. But who the hell do I know? I'm not a game developer. I'm just a fan of the game that wants it to do really well. I want Wuthering Waves to be the #1 open world gacha game. And I still believe it has the potential to do so. However, Kuro Games is dropping the ball a little bit with the way they're managing their content. Now, I'm not saying they're bad developers, I'm not saying the game is bad, so people in the comments that are saying I'm shitting on the game, no I'm not, it's constructive criticism. Every game and every movie and every TV show, every form of media deserves constructive criticism, okay? It deserves constructive criticism, because that's how you make the game better. If the community has constructive criticism, Kuro Games is renowned for this. They put so many quality of life changes in each update. Kuro Games is one of the best gacha developers out there. They listen to their audience. They implement the changes the audience wants. It's amazing what they can do. So can you please do this? Please, or consider this. They're probably not going to see my video. One day I would love to be sponsored by Kuro Games. I would love to voice act in a character in Kuro Games. But like, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about what I think would make the game way better and more enjoyable. It's just my opinion. It's my constructive criticism, and I hope that most of you agree. If you disagree, friendly, disagreeable comments only. If you are giving me hate, or if you slander me, or if you try to come at me with some BS, I will take your comment down. But this is my opinion. This is what I think the game needs. And this is how I believe Kuro Games can elevate their profits and elevate their popularity. I've been meaning to make this video for a while, and speaking with one of my close friends, who is also a gacha CC, Captain Cabinets, she has a concern about the game, which is what I said. She was one of the people that had the concern saying there's no content, or there's lack of content, or they're not releasing the content quick enough, which is making people a little bit like in limbo of, oh, I don't know what to do. When I've just given you I've given you a list of things you can do to stop people thinking this way. But anyway, guys, if you enjoyed this video, leave a like and subscribe, and comment on this video, and let me know what you think of my takes. Now, if you disagree with my opinions, that is completely fine. That is completely fine. Give me a counter argument that I can easily just sort of read and go, that's fair enough. But if you're just going, this guy's take is a massive L, but there's going to be some comments that are like that. I know there are, but yeah, this is just what I think. This is my opinion. This is my constructive criticism for Wuthering Waves and Kuro Games, and this is what I think they should do to increase their management of content. But thank you so much for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next video, and yeah, guys, take it easy.